Good morning. Welcome to Delenn on Twitch with Delenn Russell. We are back on Thursday and we are playing Minecraft. You can see I've got a couple of kitties. That really, if my village only means one thing, I've been messing with the villagers again. And doing a couple of running around things around the base the last couple of days. So, today we're going to try and get some decorating done. I don't know how far we're going to get. We're going to try and get a couple of book drop-offs done as well. Not much to see at this end. The chests haven't really moved all that much, but we've been doing a little bit of storage change over there. It's not actually much other than after last time that we played, I have cleaned out a bunch of stuff from the old farm, and we are instead tricky. We are in critter, great. Instead, we are collecting it all, and a bunch of the white wool ended up in the back wall you saw there. And then we've got a couple of chests here, there, and then we've got all our colors down this side. Yeah. Cat's following because I've been messing around with things. Oh, my villager trader's green this time. Okay, well, hello buddy, what do you want today? No. The blue ice. You know, I could probably get blue ice elsewhere. You're the only one that I can pay emeralds for, but I don't have emeralds handy. Not without chopping down things. So, a couple of oopsies from the last time we were decorating. First off is that, of course, just about every light source in Minecraft melts snow and snow layers. And the roofs of the train are made in snow, because the original designer, Crafty Fox, did not intend for the train to be filled on the inside. So, he made the roof out of snow, which works well for the storyline because it gets covered in snow. Not so much in the reality of the train. So, one of the things that we've done in the meantime is I've wanted to do some more filling of the bookshop. So the result of that is that I've got a few more traders bred up. So I've got a bunch more of the melon farm people I could... Well, they're not all melon farmers yet, but some of them are, and we're going to go through our melon box that way. I've got a few more of the... well, everybody else, right? So I shouldn't say everybody else. I don't have a leather worker on purpose because I find them rather useless. I do have a fisherman. Originally it was for his string trades, and then I completely forgot that I'd already got the Fletcher leveled up for better string trades. So that was kind of unnecessary. Unfortunately this guy's been locked in, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Got one more armor, but I lined them all up along this wall so I can just make a single run rather than going around the end. And one more of these guys, because I had completely forgot that I can trade stone to them. Which to me, stone is an unlimited resource with the lava generator, or lava system, right? And then with that sheep farm, one shepherd was just not going to cut it, so why not have 5? You know? And then I bet you, dollars to donuts, I won't get what I'm looking for, but I could always use some more item frames. So let's hope that these guys will cooperate, because the one that we got finished over here certainly didn't give me item frames. So yeah, and then I've got a whole row of waiting individuals, because I don't know what I'm going to need them for yet. At this point, it's probably librarians, because I don't need anything else. But I just wanted to lock them in, make sure I got space. Another whole row of guys down here. I got some of the stuff I needed, not all of it. This is funny, because I spent time trading up from Bane of Arthropods 2 before I just got frustrated and said forget it, so I rolled a villager, and that was his first run. I said, really, are you kidding me? So yeah. And then Affinity and so on. So we've got a few more of the useful ones. Try and do a bit more in the bookshop. Some of these are crazy expensive prices, but I didn't care because it was... I figured I've got it. That's the key. And, I mean, with all the guys down the other end, books are cheap, right? Books are easy to come by, so it just takes a little bit of time as opposed to anything else. You'll see some of them here have trap doors in front of them, and that's just because it turned out those guys were more expensive than some of the new ones I rolled. So rather than firing them at this point in the game, I'd try and max them out, see if I got like more guys who can give me name tags and stuff rather than just selling out, having to come back. That was where part of it came from. If I don't need them, I don't need them, but this whole row waiting, so it's not like I'm going to miss out on anything. Alright, so, we have... see, scrolled already. Okay, signs, right, books, right. Okay, how far am I on this ongoing chest? Loyalty 3, but I don't have air modes kicking around, okay. Yeah, only 17, and that's not going to be enough. Anything else I need from here? Not that I can see, so... head on out, sit the cats down. And then grab some wool to start playing with the trains. Come on, kitties. Oh, they take their time, that's fine. I wanted from here some scaffolding. The trains. Probably get up to the ceiling inside the bookshop place, okay. Can't remember what I was in here for. Whatever it was, it doesn't matter. So when I say I have lots, so these are going to be the overflows for the colored wool. All through here. I think these two are going to be black at some point. 12, 13, 14, no, 15. So actually, no, they're going to be separate colors. But these stacks of 8 are all white. And that's on top of what you see collecting up outside. So we have white to spare. Loads and loads of white to spare. And we've got excess carpets from what we were doing earlier. And somehow I don't think that's all of it, because I'm pretty certain I had white carpets hanging around from some of the stuff I was doing at the mansion. I do not, for the life of me at the moment, know where those got to. I may have put them away. I just can't recall at the moment. That'll be enough to start us. I'm going with the white carpets, and I'm going to go with white blocks of wool, and just use those to replace what's going on inside the roof of the train cars. Right, that's where I want to start with that. And let's start with that one, and then we'll make... what I got here? Oh no, not... well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Oh, 3, get down. And 4. There, you can still have 4. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 volumes to drop off with the oak sign. So I will definitely squirrel off that direction, but let's start with the train because it gives us a chance to get the roof part done, like, of all the cars in the early portion of the stream when things are not quite as hot or quite as interesting to people. And then we can swap out and head elsewhere to get the other pieces done. I'm starting with the baggage car and working my way back. Now I recognize that the beacon is not there, but that portion of the train, we're only doing like one major thing, so it's not like I'm switching between blocks a whole lot. I think we can probably survive that. Put the carpet out of the way so I can get wool blocks instead. And leave that top row for a second and see. Try to somewhat level out the amounts between the two boxes. This one sometimes seems to fill faster, even though it's actually got less in it, like less chests feeding it, whereas this one has quite a lot. Well, actually no, they're about the same, I guess, because I was going to say this other one seems to fill faster for no reason, but no, it does. So, okay, anyways, that'll give us a start. And I think I've got a bed over there. Let's not worry about it. Put a second one on this side for now. We'll take the second bed with us when we go. Mm-hmm. So good morning to all that have been hearing what's up throughout the week. I would like to hear what your day has been like or what you have been up to of late. I would appreciate that. It's just, alright, I forgot I have random paths kind of coming out here that just ended at nowhere. Anyway, I think today. Scaffolding, there we are. Great. So, yeah. So, I still have Sheep Queen and Star Wars Fan Kid at home. By the way, happy Revenge of the 5th, I think. I know it's the 5th, regardless. Like the date right now. But it doesn't seem to make any sense to me. Revenge of the 5th, Revenge of the 6th. I just never remember. So, yeah. Not that great on my memory list this morning. Anyway, so I've got Star Wars Fan Kid and Sheep Queen at home today. They're still feeling quite under the weather. We've tested them, or tested at least Star Wars Fan Kid for whether or not he's got COVID. I haven't tested his sister, but part of it is that she seems to be having the very same symptoms he's got, like to a T. So I'm not too fussed about what she may or may not have, because if he doesn't have it, it's pretty unlikely she'd have it and then come down with the same symptoms after him. Just does not make a whole ton of sense. In any case, buttons. There's the button. Quick. Get in. Yay! I'm not completely useless today. Alright. So yeah, the poor guys aren't feeling that great, and I do feel bad for them because I really would like them to start feeling better. It's ruining their days, and they are missing seeing their friends at school and stuff. Obviously, they don't want to make their friends sick, but I do find that it makes them feel kind of glum and bummed out and stuff, and it really likes to see that for their kids. You know, I mean, if the kids have done something, then it's not a big deal if it's sort of a retribution or something they've done. But when the kids are just feeling bummed out because they're not feeling well, that really doesn't help with the mental space required, or mental good headspace required to try and get healthy. So yeah, feel sorry for them quite a lot. But yeah, so it's just a heavy-duty chest cold, it seems like, or well, not chest cold, sorry, a head cold, or possibly a flu, but it's not a tummy bug variety, as in they're not getting nauseous. So on the most part, one of them is still eating fairly well, and the other one is poking at things. So I'm not super concerned on that front either. Now I know I'm going to have to pull some of these down to put the trim lights in, but I'm not sure what the spacing is going to be on this particular car, because in the baggage car, things could definitely be a little different and a little bit sparser lighting than they would be in any of the passenger cars. The other thing is with the layout of the sleeping cars, we're going to need a light in every compartment, and until I've figured out all the compartments, then it's not going to be that easy to figure out where the lighting belongs. There, now we can get all three. Alright, that's this car sorted. Back outside. All this. And back outside and put some carpet on the roof just to keep the fatties from hanging out. I think there's a couple of things I can put down, get them out of the inventory. Not a whole lot. I brought a lot of wool. I keep forgetting I'm going to have to exchange for a lot of snow, so I may not have made a smart move. I throw down the chest, because some of this stuff was actually meant for later. Here's need today. Doing dirt related. Need more scaffolding. I can get it. Here. And put that one. Here's the shroom lights. Should be and I need, and that gives me a few more spaces to work with. Let's get this show on the road. One of the things I need to do at some point is poke PP Zert, because It's been 9 days since she redeemed a command, and I haven't got a command set up for her yet because I have not successfully communicated with her to figure out what it is she wants for a command. And this was her command, not a public one for everybody else. This is her private one. I mean, some people use them as like walk-ons, or the command that she can trigger when she wants it to. And by the way, unlike some other streamers, if you guys want to redeem your command that nobody else can use but you, well, of course, and the mods and stuff, but if you want to redeem your command, in this one, you can do it as many times as you like. So if you have ideas that you would like, oh, I did need that. If you have ideas that you would like multiple different private commands, more power to you, go for it. So those are there. There will be, I don't know if I'm going to get it done in time for stream weekend. We'll see how that goes. But if I can figure out how to get my cameras arranged at this end, then we will also have redeems available for a step in a Lego build. I've got a couple of Harry Potter themed Lego sets that I've just been storing off to the side. I'm getting an itch to build them, but I also don't like the fact that it goes so fast and it's over so soon. So I would like to share those with you guys, and having redeems for one step at a time would be great, because I don't tend to stream over top of periods where we need other time killers, such as, say, server reboots and that sort of thing. So I don't need it for that, and I figured I would let you guys do it. It makes things last a little longer. If there's spots where I can leave snow because there's no chance of it melting, I might leave it. But the thing is, up here, I don't know what I'm going to do with the center section. It might end up becoming a light. But I'm leaving it for now. And yes, I'm aware that that one square can spawn baddies. The likelihood that I think for now I'm just going to risk it. Because it just, to me, it doesn't look right. Uh-oh. Doesn't look right if I don't. Alright. The uh-oh you just got was that it looks like it's trying to be stormy weather, which is not great when I'm standing on the top of a train. No lightning and all that jazz. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Also, we are done with the top of this one, so let's move on to the next. I'm gonna see if it thinks it's gonna be a thunderstorm by just yeah. Nope. Not a thunderstorm. In that case, we can just keep on keeping on. I've got some really weird tunes going on this morning. I was playing Scrap Mechanic a little bit yesterday, and it was in creative mode. That's good. There's no bots or whatever to worry about. I could muck around a bit, and of course we have access to every piece. But what caught me about music I was listening to just now on Spotify is that the sounds to me reminded me a lot of like the I think it's Tote Bots, where they have almost an electrical buzz kind of sound going on, and that just makes it challenging. Or challenging for them, because if I can hear that sound in the game, I know they're coming, and it's not a deal. Get that end done. Run to the other end, and then we'll do the interior. Oops, that's a little too layers. No your snow? No. Thank y'all. So, these from the outside. You can see that we're starting to get the super jump and stuff of rail cars. This way. You can hear the rain. Which is now gone. Yeah. head in. And I... One second here. I went down 2 cars. Ha, wrong one. I want to go inside. I have no patience with okay. Things to do that does not involve them. Good size party. Get this roof down. New one back up. A little bit of super jumping along the way, see what we can collect. A good argument for why I use buttons on the doors rather than pressure plates on the floors. Because then I'm not accidentally going to trigger the door opening. Those crazy hooks around. Yes, this looks weird. Trying to get the stuff off the top without actually bothering to go up there. Honestly, if I was super lazy, well, I shouldn't say super lazy. The other option I could have done, rather than carpet with like or snow white wool, there we go, in English, with carpets on top, so I do have to go back up there to put up the carpets. Part of the reason I'm doing it this way is just, I guess, because I can, but it avoids those goofballs just a little bit longer. We can get something done rather than being shot at. Now, unfortunately, that's going to be a permanent feature of this base, just because if I take a quick look at... Oh, it's big. There's the train. This is just the locomotive. But if I drag the base over this way, so you can see from this little square on the edge there, that's the villager outpost. And I zoom out, oops, not that far, zoom a little further. They could harass this village too if they really wanted to. So I've got opportunities to make things into other projects. I've never done it, so I need to figure out how to do that. Maybe that'll be my project. I've never had a villager outpost before. I have to kill it and then build stuff with it. So I've never done it. You know, it's gonna take some research. But anyways, you can see that we've got a few pain in the butt people bothering us for now. But let's just get the work done. It's one of those things that I tend to leave for later. I really don't like decorating, and I hate landscaping even more. But it's funny because those are 2 of the 3 things that you sort of do in Minecraft with all these blocks. So what is there left? I mean, yes, there's farms, and yes, there's exploration, and I guess I could go kill things. Be a marauder on my own. But what do I do with the spoils, right? So really, the question answers itself. Straight in the next one. Uh-oh. The dumb move. Oh. We have buttons later, I guess. And I may have to deal with those guys. Buttons down here? I've got A button, okay. The server will be restarting in half an hour. I forgot, they've got 2 restarts now because of lag issues. So we may end up the second or 2 to shoot the breeze. Yeah. I haven't had to deal with that on stream since I started, just because this particular server hadn't been super laggy, so we hadn't had to worry about anything more than once a day. But just the way the timings worked out. But yeah, so it's basically at the end of what's Dadcraft's stream, and of course it's his own server, so that makes sense. As well as the opposite end of that, so the other 12 hours, happen to be smack in the middle of my stream. And that's perfectly okay. It means that it gives me opportunities rather than problems, so that I can try new and different things. I was completely unrelated to anything I said in previous streams. I was hanging out in Choir is Life's stream last night. I guess Diecraft rated him, and he's been trying a few new things and mucking around with new stuff, and it looks like he's taking a look at the streamer bot as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with, because I don't know anyone else in who plays Minecraft and streams who does the same thing, as in like who uses that bot. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with, because I really admire his work and I like what he does, and several times he said, yeah, if you see an idea that I use, borrow it, go for it. So we'll just have to see if he comes up with anything that I really want to borrow. Thus far, it's funny. I was thinking about it the other day, and people say, what is unique about you? That's really the key when you're a streamer, is trying to figure out what is unique about you. Why do people come to see you as opposed to going to watch somebody else? Because there are thousands of streams in Twitch, and as I understand it, thousands of accounts get viewers in addition to streaming, getting created just about every day. So why come to me rather than someone else, right? And that's you need to know what differentiates you. Just because somebody else does something, it may not work for you. So for example, while I really enjoy Song Thing, it's not been done. It's being also done by one of our fine friends, Dub Dynamite, and frankly, he does it better than I do. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing it, but it just means that I don't have a problem doing a bit more, not exclusively, but a bit more of genres such as musicals, simply because I know it's content that, for the most part, he's not going to touch. Either doesn't know the material or has zero interest. And honestly, I don't know a whole lot of people that would be. Well, I don't know that many gamers who are into the same tunes as I am anyway. I mean, there's some that are into some of the same oldies and stuff, but I don't often find a mix of partial musical heads who also game in the same genres of games I do. So that's different, but it's not something that's different enough. Like play Lego, and that's not unusual. I mean, Maribel Jade loves to show off her Lego, which at the moment is the vast majority of it.
Hello.
Is Star Wars. Good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. How is your morning going? I have not had the chance to connect with you. Fantastic Sherlock Fox may be my better half, but by the time I get rolling in the morning to do streams, usually he's stuck in his work and often has audio calls. So he's my number one tester of whether or not I remember to turn on my closed captions. But the thing is, I was mucking around with the way I was doing that frequently enough that I'm not even sure if he knows how to turn them on anymore. Anyway, oh yeah. So the Lego thing is unique, but I haven't personally, I don't follow a ton of creators. It is getting crazy because it's double digits, but oops, this one. I put the ears, there we go. Okay. I don't follow a ton of creators, but of the ones I do follow, there aren't any that, as far as I know, have a redeem for Harry Potter Lego steps. So, I mean, there's pros and cons to the suggestion or the plan. And it may work, it may not. But the big key is I need to find a way to get the cameras all set up at this end. And apparently I'm moving things like... Oh, I see. My camera that's controlling my hands was picking up on the fact that my mic was unfortunately in shot, so if I leaned too close to the mic with my head, then it thought that I was doing things with my hands. So, and if it gets too crazy, I'll just have to shut down the hand tracking. Stop doing that. It seems to think I need to hydrate, which is kind of fun. Yeah, when I hydrate, that didn't show up. But when I'm just sitting here, it goes spastic. Can't win them all. Anyway, So I'm still not super comfortable with doing an actual face cam, which is part of why you see that character, but also part of why the Lego's been delayed. So I need to figure out how to keep enough cameras running that I can keep the face thing moving, while at the same time being able to handle other features or other, yeah, things such as the Lego builds or music or something else. Music might still have this character, but I'm looking at whether or not I want to be doing a guitar, but I have to figure out how to do that, which is one spot where I need to get in touch with Dub Dynamite and see what he's... I know that there's different feeds, different pickups and stuff, but I don't have a whole lot of that hardware at the moment. I'm having a challenge locating the piece that I used to use for it, so it's sort of where's the interim solution until we can figure out where this other thing went to. Acoustic, or not acoustic, sorry, acapella works fine for some stuff. Particularly musicals in that sense, I mean, it can be often full operatic piece in terms of a whole chorus in behind you or something like that. But in terms of tunes, musicals are far more likely to have portions of the song where there's nobody singing or saying anything and there's no music to go with it. That's not a guarantee, but that is more common in that genre. The other thing is some of the acapella stuff, great when you have an acapella crew. I have yet to figure out how to harmonize with myself and be different. So yeah, not so much. That should be the roofs, if I remember correctly. So we've got observation car we did first, so I just carpeted that one. This one's snow, was snow, carpet. That one was snow, carpet, and we got the baggage car. Okay, great. So I had extra, which is fine by me. What else have we got? What's burning? Or where is the wet burning? Okay, what do we got here? Random bits and bobs. What I think I'm gonna... Oh, birch planks. That's where those went. Bugs. Aha. White carpet. That's a white carpet. We'll take a... I think this carpet's... This is actually going to head up to the bookshop. That's where we had this project going before. Oak. Cringe as I hear Star Wars fan kid coughing upstairs. A random junk box, but keep on. More planks. More plank slash rent. Oh, these are birch signs. Didn't really want. I got hooked. Oh. I'm not just going to spend forever in a day sorting. It just means that I can take a few more things with me if I know where, or if I put things correctly. First torches, okay, good. Buttons. Deal with that. More buttons. No. Okay. So I'm just gonna take a quick stop in here. Come down. Oh. A bit. There we go. So, challenged. Or not challenged, able. This is the one where we started decorating. It looks okay. It's not great, but I think I like the alternating tone. And I have to figure out what to put on top of these. These pressure plates may end up actually switching to be, call them. Oh, I was gonna say, oh, trapdoors. The other thing is that I've heard that in Java, but not Bedrock, there is a feature, feature, where you can actually put more on, like a flower pot or something onto things in Java than you can in other versions of the game. One where I was getting trapped. So go with the button here to get between. Button here to get between. Button here to let me out. Oh. That's 3, okay. So the only thing missing is on that last passenger car. I don't have a button on the top. Now, these ones will probably switch to being a different type of button as we go, just because it's not just about the aesthetic, it's also that the lighter buttons, in addition to seeing the lettering down the side, the first ones are the lettering, and then there's the oak ones right above the doors, and those are actually intended to more like a light on the end of the carriage that goes over the door. So, given that, got going that going on. Yes, what? I know I'm probably going to be silly and need back. I'm just down right now so that aesthetically it works.
Hello.
Then we'll head to Good morning, Zerk. Better late than never. Internet issues. Aw. Well, I'm glad to hear you got them resolved. That's the key, right? Okay, so let's... So what you've missed this morning, Zerk, and PP Zerk probably, or at least you can pass it on, but is what you guys missed this morning
Hello.
is not a whole lot. I've done a whack of villager breeding and a little bit of trading in the library book, and so I have basically doubled my number of librarians. Well, pretty close to, anyways. I was trying to fill the bookshop a little bit, so here's some of the spoils from it. But now I'm short on emeralds, but that's just because after rolling more of the librarians, I actually got books that before I was actually scrambling for the XP to combine lower level books. Yeah, but I've got a whole wall of librarians on the end and a whole wall of fenced in villagers ready to become librarians once I figure out what I need. But there's just more hassle to worry about getting them ready to go than it's worth right now, so I'm not going to bother with that. The other thing we did is took out all the snowy blocks, or the actual snow blocks and big snow layers on the top of the train, and replaced them with white wool with carpets. I'm not a huge fan of the look. I actually like the snow better, but the carpet kind of goes with the quartz slabs on the side. I could have quartz slabbed the ceiling, which would have looked really weird on the corners. The problem is, since they were upper slabs anyways, inside, then I would have had mob spawn issues and had to cover with carpet nonetheless. Figured why not just go inexpensive and just get the whole thing. And besides, for a number of trains, rather than painting the inside repeatedly, would actually glue like a layer of fabric on the inside of the ceiling. Now I can take most of this, it'll come back. I've got 5 shulkers of things to drop off, so I figure that I might as well take a quick pause while my brain's still thinking about next. Snow. And I'll put away. Chop down these guys and go see what we can do inside the bookshop for decoration there. A couple ideas for like clouds and stuff, but we'll have to see whether or not that actually works out. And I'm hoping I will have everything spare. Yeah, okay. $10? I just looked at a box. Weird. Okay. This one goes. Trying to keep a little bit of extra space available for storing the piece in correct box, just because for me to find things, I put them away properly. Black carpet. That, but it. Okay, that should be about as good as I'm gonna get. Out of here, because it doesn't fit in that other box. Right, now I can take the... I've got 5 volumes to drop off. I've got a few signs. Should be good to drop off those. And got beacons galore down at the other ends. One here. Signs. One of these days I will get around to actually buying a lot of these, but it's sort of being dyed on an as-needed basis. Why? I couldn't tell you. I think I might need one. Put my other ender for bed. It seems weird to say other ender chest. I actually have more than one. Well, yeah, that's good axe. Good, now I should be able to go run off and find it. Alright. I haven't slept before I'm going to the nether. Simply for the reason that I'm hoping, if I'm lucky, once on the other end, it won't come out. Okay. Definitely no promises on that one. I'm sorry to hear that you guys had internet issues, Dirk. I mean, you guys spend enough time joining us and hanging out. You spend enough time joining us and hanging out that I can see that would be quite a bit of a disruption to your day. So, not that you guys don't have other things to do. I mean, we're not like, the kid who freaks out because his Xbox doesn't work today. But while that's the case, frustrating nonetheless. And they weren't on your end, were they? Like, was it something as simple as rebooting things, or was it something that was the provider's end? I'm just taking a quick pause. You're going to see me dumped. I'm just going to shut down the hand motion on the shape, I guess, because its spastic behavior is starting to bug me a little. Oh, okay. That thing is still there! Ever? Whoops. Okay, well, another project to do. Rail. Yeah. Wow. So with the kids not feeling so great, then I've been pulling a few, sounds weird, but I've been later nighters. They had been sleeping well, so I didn't realize I was leaving Fantastic Sherlock Fox with the brunt of the childcare last night. They weren't sleeping well after all. No go, still night. Anyway, but I've been pulling a few evenings and stuff in front of the computer doing Minecraft things, and the result is sometimes I sleep in later. So the ooh had to do with... Gotta see this. Had to do with that I've got a bit of a headache and just had not taken the time this morning to check in and make sure I'd taken my own headache med stuff up. They're worried about the kids. Straight down the stream, didn't think about it. Ooh! There's box seating. I don't know if that's a new edition or if I've just been sick and not seeing it, but that is amazing. Love it. Wow. You know, I don't fly, but I do have a full shulker worth of materials to, like, gunpowder to make rockets and stuff. Maybe I should just do that, because celebratory rockets after seeing the show would be awesome. You know, or you can always pretend you're like, I don't know, Aerosmith or something and set them off as part of your show. We don't have mods on this server, but it would be kind of fun to, if you had something like, say, a rocket launcher. I mean, I know you make big red stone contraptions that'll do it, but it's kind of fun to be able to set up the fireworks that got off the edge of the stage when you did your show. By the way, even though I know about it, the snowier snow around here keeps getting me. Thankfully, it's not usually on camera, but it's not always the case. Because sometimes I keep making a left here. I don't know why I keep making a left. It's not like I don't have the right fence for it. I mean, you guys saw multiple streams where I've chopped down things and have plenty of wood to make a great fence. Do I? No. That would, you know, be effort that Glenn never remembers to do. Yeah, Bat's Endermite. Does Endermite even have a name? I thought he name tagged it to the ground, but I can't seem to get the right angle to see it. Maybe was he waiting on a proper name? Hang on. Conditions? That is not just a barnyard, I think? Oh, barn find. Donkey. Oh, these are the... yeah, okay. Knight's donkey. Oh, I don't remember that one. Name yet? Yes, just don't have. So it looks like only the preloaded ones. Moving donkey, yeah. Yes. Not that. Wow. Food. I actually never done this before to look at what's in some of them. Lanterns. It's got yourself almost an entire campground. Almost. You know, one thing that probably would be missing would be a wool tent. Or enough carpet and string to hold one up. The Toon Donkey is ocean of swiftness. Yep. That makes far more sense. 60s Donkey has all kinds of psychedelics. That's hilarious. What else? You know, I think we need to call one of them like the... what was it, the book title? I think it's the Winky Wonky Donkey. Knight's Donkey. Oh, yeah. I don't have boxes. No boxes. Great. The Wonky Donkey or something like that? Because there was a really cool children's book where one Scottish grandmother went viral reading it. Because everybody thought it was so funny and she just couldn't stop laughing while she was trying to read her book. Ooh. Cream shop. Oh. Owner CP fruit. We got all kinds of colors. Brought into cones. That is super cool. Love it. And it was under construction when I last paid any serious attention to it. That is totally... it would be kind of cool actually if we could put like wool up one of these. Sort of treat them a lot like an item frame. Because in a way, that's sort of what they are doing, is a 3D item frame. I think we were talking the book, Donkey Book. Yeah, so this Scottish grandmother was laughing herself silly. And she, and so she went viral because she just couldn't stop laughing when she was reading the book to her grandson. The kid was loving it too. But which is great because he was reading about the Winky Wonky Dinky Donkey. It just got weirder and weirder and weirder. And actually, I think it might be mildly funny to pull, well, not to say pull a fast one, to ask my mother-in-law for a favor and see if she would try reading that book. And I know my kids are too old for it, but I think she might find it hilarious. Or even, actually better yet, I could ask my mother about reading it to my niece, because I think my niece would absolutely love it. And I don't know if she'd find it funny, but she would still start to wonder why Grandma was reading her such weird things. Her other grandmother, yeah, my sister-in-law's mom, she laughs at a lot of stuff, but not nearly as much as mine does. So it's different what the two of them laugh at, which is kind of nice. But it does challenge a little kid, because sometimes little kids want to know how they can make you laugh. And sometimes it's not that easy. For me. Just because I didn't have eggs for breakfast. Right. Information, on the other hand, annoying. Seems to me. There goes. 4, 5. I have a funny feeling I missed something from Save. Oh yeah, well, if our internet went down, Fantastic Show Fox wouldn't. You might think you'd be dead in the water, but I mean, if the internet goes down, as long as your cell phone is up, would probably make a case within reason that you could use your data for the month rather liberally, and the company wouldn't necessarily have any grounds to get annoyed with you. You know what? First thing I'm going to do, change the price on these, because that's just... Yes, I'm not... Oops. Although I'm not... Wrong side? No. Where did I? Oak. Dark. The one thing I didn't have is spruce. Well, it's gonna be lines then. Kind of annoying, I'll switch them out later. I actually wanted spruce. They sort of blend in a little better, and then I could see what I could do to trade around for some cool squids, lighten stuff up. Now the server will be starting in 1 minute. I think I'll use that as a quick be right back to check on our kids, make sure everything's okay. So we will just quick pause, head to or be right back screen for a second. Check in on them, and I will be back shortly. Alrighty, we are back. I do see the Fantastic Sherlock box, so the kids are good. He was just up there. Well, I mean, great, but that I was also not just checking on them, because, I mean, they wanted hugs from mom, but the other side of it was I was also grabbing headache nets, because I'm probably, like Fantastic Sherlock Fox, both of us are probably trying to fight off having whatever it is the kids have, because he can't really afford to take that much time off work. Yeah, coffee shops are a great solution because they usually had Wi-Fi that we could make use of. Let's see what else I quickly missed here. Yeah, they had Wi-Fi we can make use of. But yeah, we do have unlimited data on your work phone, and we actually have a crazy amount of data. Each of our family phones, we absolutely had to. So I mean, in theory, if you got chewed at it, you could at least keep up with his work. It's okay. I mean, that's part of why we did the rapid antigen test at home stuff, was just to make sure nobody had it, because I hear from people who had personal experience with it, it's incredibly unpleasant. Oh. Yeah, so it's incredibly unpleasant. Nobody wants that, and so on. Sometimes the fallout doesn't go away, so the fact that we're pretty sure it's not what we've got is blessing, very much blessing. So, oop, did that wrong. I put the same one back. What I was going to do is, because I didn't bring oak signs, I was going to put, or I didn't bring spruce signs, I was going to put an oak sign that was a little bit lighter. Each. Okay. But I was going to do that just because then the corners are a little bit lighter. And that way I don't have to change out all the signs, which makes the corners a bit lighter to work with. And people can see the rest of the room more effectively. I'm not going to spend time changing all the signs at the moment. Oops, and then two, one diamond. Yeah. But I did get a lot more of the villagers that are close to what's going on. I feel bad for them, actually, because I think they're going to miss their soapbox races on the weekend. It's too early to say for sure, but yeah, it's not like. Oops, and I forgot to see what it was. 3. Feel bad for it. Ooh. I didn't even know you could do that. That's gonna be a problem. Inventory dump. Ditch one more item. Lights, sure. Really? Let's put everything back then. In any case, edge 3. But I'm feeling sorry for the kids because only our cub level scouts get to do. Yeah. Wow. Put a sign because that's the part I keep messing up. And over again. Thing, edge, 3, 1 each. There we go. Okay, so but only our cubs get to do that, and because of the pandemic, my son missed out on a lot of the things that we normally do with our cub group. So I do feel bad for him in that respect. On the other hand, I mean, sometimes you just roll with it. That's part of what Scouts teaches you. Sound awful down. They're about as fun as they can be, but I'm in the basement. They're on the floor above me, not even directly above me, like kitty corner on the building. I can hear them, so makes me kind of want to do that whole mom thing. For the ones I don't get changed out right away, it's actually probably going to be faster. Diamond. Faster for me to just put a note in the book saying all prices are X, regardless of what you may see on the box. Okay. And the other reason I'm doing it that way is that even though people may never come down here, and it's not a criticism or anything like that, but even though players may never come down here, it's more that the principle of the thing. Right. Now all I've got is the ones I do need. Okay, so first, yeah, we'll get them healthy soon. I mean, that's not a huge deal to get them healthy. I mean, we're spoiled that they actually like's not the word for it, are very cooperative with being able to get their schoolwork done online. So provided the teachers are willing to email homework or email homework for them, email some work for them to do, then they can catch up as they feel better. That's not super critical, I guess. There's going to be no organization to where these things are. Sorry, people. I'm not that creative today. But some kids... I didn't think it's seen. Some kids... 1 cube for each? Good grief, then. There we go. There are a good number of kids, like their friends, who won't do the work online. So if they're home, their excuse is, I'm sick, I'm going to sit and watch TV all day. Or I'm going to go on the internet and play games all day or something. Just because they don't want to work online. Our kids don't like having to sit and do work. But if we mandate that they have to do some level of looking at the schoolwork and seeing what it is they can do, or they're allowed to play, then they're usually pretty good with it. I just forget how to shorten this. Bane. Oh, nope. In Arthro. In of Arthro. You have the space for that. 5. 1 diamond per. If I was going to have 2 diamonds for each, it'd be that one. But now that I've got the 5, it was annoyingly easy to finish that box off. I traded till I was 1 book away, and I even had traded up from level 2 to level 3. I was just looking for the XP to make it happen when I rolled the villager, and it was frustrating. On the other hand, if I hadn't been fighting for that, then I would not have ended up with an emerald beacon base. So there's something to be said for that. Channeling. The other thing this is reminding me of when I do the trading part. Okay. It does remind me of different things I've never tried before. Like, for example, I have never used, not intentionally at least, never set out to use a crossbow. Now that I've got easy access through a Fletcher or easy access through my mob farm to a good quantity of arrows, well, I had a whole shulker of arrows, but I brought them to the dragon fight and we used them up, so that's good. In any case, here. Oh. But, I've never intentionally gone to use a crossbow. I wouldn't even know what a god crossbow would have on it. Probably not a whole lot different than a bow, but there's not a lot of familiarity with that for me, so. Or I've never tweaked out armors for different purposes. For example, Frostwalker 2 might go with a set of boots that are good at working on just about everything, you know? Or I could have an intentionally one that's all decked out with like respiration and aqua affinity and stuff. Oh yeah, there's tons of arrows there. I don't really need them because I use my favorite bow here is you know, it's one of those infinity bows. I've got 2 more like it. And that didn't take any trading for books or anything. That was just what came out of trading directly with the villagers or combining what came out of my mob farm. So I don't think I'm too fussed about it. It just reminds me of things I haven't done. Right? I mean, maybe I'll do that later in the season or save that till next season. Maybe next season will be like Season of the Crossbow. I don't know. And bows themselves are a heck of a lot cheaper to make. Speaking of infinity, yeah, bows are an awful lot cheaper to make than the others. Where do I want to put you? Let's put you high. Yeah. So, as much as I like the argument of having mending on a bow, then I'm actually dreadful at running out of arrows. I did that about 3 times. Oops, 1 diamond each. I did that about 3 times over doing the dragon fights, and it's just. I even actually gave myself 1 stack of arrows. Because my assumption was I was going to be dead before that 1 stack was out. Apparently, I'm terrible at hitting anything, not even the broadside of a pillar. So that didn't work. If leaving those up there is far too stark. I think it would look good. Probably. Let's take everything upstairs. Find out up there. So as you can see, this room is becoming more and more slowly functional. And so technically is open for business. But there's, I mean, when this room not looking so good, it's pretty bland. Then I keep meaning to fill other items. So what's probably going to happen here, I think it's going to be armor stands on one side, just because I can, like with random enchantment stuff. And then this wall might be supplies. I don't know. I have to figure that part out. Yeah. Oh, my nighttime again. Think about this. Funny, I've got a clock and I didn't even pay any attention to it. Go upstairs. I brought me stone for buttons. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do like a day sky, clouds, or night sky. No. Why do things forwards when you backwards? Much more fun, right? This stuff out. Oh. Speaking of running out of arrows. Yes. Great. Random junk box. I have days that but empty books. I can actually fill them up. It's okay. Did he? No. Never okay. What? Long story. I'm not even, as usual, when I had the Shulker Monster outdoors earlier, I'm not going to really know what's in it. You'll probably see a billion trips back and forth. So what's the plan I usually go with? It could always be worse. So, one thing I have had in my head is clouds, but I've also had some eating thoughts. Now, we looked at, to build it again actually, of my trapdoors out. More. Making it oak trapdoors is. Okay. Box. So, oh, thanks. I really want that mint. No. Oh, it's going to be. Whatever. Okay, so one of the designs I looked at is in short a chair that kind of works a little bit like this one. The other direction. You get the idea, nonetheless. Here, let's just solve this. And your aim is getting terrible. There we go. Okay, so we have ourselves a chair. You can see that as a player, a chair like that would be quite high. The other problem with a chair of this height, it's actually not bad because you can sort of climb into it by going yoink and pretend you're at the table. So, to some extent, I like that look, but the problem is once you start getting fences involved and okay. But by the time you start getting fences and pressure plates and stuff involved, I think I'm still at space. Yeah. Okay. Fences, that will do for the session. By the time you start getting the fences involved, if you look at the standard single level for the tabletop, you see that there's no way you could actually sit at a table like that because you'd be hitting your knees, right? But if you do a double height table, then they look quite ridiculous. Oh, you can see it's way up top. One of the other thoughts I had, though, is to consider making it look a little bit shorter by going with half slabbing the floors. But the problem with doing that is that you still end up with this extra height. You can't set scaffolding on a half slab. So, not to mention that would look really weird for the windows. I mean, if you're talking bar height table, last time I checked, walking into a bar, the height of the table is not taller than me. Or the height of my bar table is not as tall as the door. So that's not a win. In ideal conditions, I'd have like a half height item table thing on top. Now the only way I'm aware of doing that sort of thing would be to have like a flower pot or something on here, and then maybe try and fight an item frame on top of that. But I suspect that it would probably snap down being on top of the pillar. So that means that the back style is out, unless left. Dark Sea. Slabs. Really. Go. So another option is consider putting a upper height seat. Not an upper height, sorry, a lower height seat. Like, kind of go with like the Japanese tatami mat concept, where you've got in the right spot, please. It needs to go where you've got more like this style. I mean, I can do the chairs with stairs. That's another common way of doing it. You're still taller than the table in this sense, and if you've got a tabletop like that, that actually isn't that bad. So we're sort of the win-lose situation. Other third piece I thought about was okay. Okay, actually, I will use Slab Go. Another option I've got as well is I could out. I'll leave it on the side for comparison. If I was to do the floor up this way, then when I go to put on top, it'll actually float, gets you even higher. That's kind of like your bar stool concept. It would work with the double high table. Oh, that actually would probably work. Double high table. Obviously, it's not going to open the right way. Yep. And you could go with higher table up top. That actually would cover for two items. One, floor would be spawn proof. Two, you get the knee heights for the table. Disadvantage of doing that is, of course, with these, and I can't remember whether they're full blocks or half blocks. I'm pretty sure full blocks. Then we lose out on the decoration on the windows and flooring because everything has to be shifted up half a block. But there's pros and cons to the whole system. Once again, the table becomes more of an impromptu mushroom as opposed to an actual table. But using a pistons pushed up for the table, I think that might match heights better. Chair. Let's see if I brought... I hope I brought stone. I forget to bring... stone, of course. Birch plant. Bubbles. This is easy enough. Now I've got a bunch of that. Thanks over here. Now I know I can get that, and I can just trade up for that one. So that's a base project. Not a problem. Have one. Have one kicking here. I did. I just want to have extras. Take them out of my box and probably. Let's just make sure I didn't leave. I think I had extras when I was building. Redstone. One piece of redstone. I have the iron, right? Bubble that. And even do a test. Knows why make it if you already have it? Cobblestone, better. Okay. Oh, right, and then we need to figure out what to do with the lighting off the ceiling. Can't spell height today. That's okay. I can't spell height any day. Even spring. I put the iron away with the piston. Or not pistons, with the... So excited for a second there. Okay, well. But in any case, I can always set the room up for that design and then change it out. I don't have to with that design, but you make a very, very good point. But I think the pistons would come out here and the table heights would work here. Would work a lot better with this type of heating. Or, I mean, once again, we can always put the standard chairs. There we go. And yeah, the other common one people use this format. They don't need any effects done that way at all. Now that we have blob head entities, there may be some sitting involved, but not. I haven't set any of that up. Okay. Curious. Doo-doo-doo. That's too thick. Okay. Oh, cool. I think I like the flatter one, to be honest with you. Weird. But part of it, I think I like it because it's non-standard. It makes it super easy to move through without suddenly looking like you're going to stand on the top of the table. And once again, the other thing is I'm going to be switching these out for spruce ones, just because they're solid in every single texture pack except mine. I could also do pressure plates, and then when you put something down on the table, it goes clink clink. Let me see if I have one to test with. Otherwise, wasting on. Ooh. Ooh. Maybe too much blue. I'm thinking blue tabletops all of a sudden. I'm like, no. Actually, that'd be too much blue. If you really wanted to get all fussy about it, I could do, like, carpets and snow layers and whatever, various different tabletops. A pile. Back in the round pots. Flip. Come over here. The birch fence. Good. I will at some point swap these out so that it makes a sort of sense. Other random ones. This one. Good. Carpet. That's right. Kind of random. Logs. So we have logs, stairs. Swap those if I need. No. Perfect. Great though. Perfect again. Black carpet. I hate. Oak, I guess I don't have birch. That's okay. Oak fence will work. Out of sticks the moment. Okay. That's fine. Only 3 wide. But if I do the odd one, did I bring? Just occurred to me. Wonder if I can set item frame on. Oh, I could item frame master this. Little. Oh. Go with what I got. I can come back and change. More of a layout than anything else. Ooh, that's nice. Item frames can only do so much. On the back of the chairs. I'm sure they'd be able to share a space with that. If I don't have. It's going to bug me. Let's move on to the sea, because that's something that I know. Looking at. Grading. Oak. Birching. Alright. Carpet. Redstone. I have more redstone than I can shake a stick at. Okay, we're good. Oak log. Birch log. Okay. Scaffold. Wait. You can't crouch on them, but apparently you need to crouch to stack. Wow. Lesson from elementary school. Does. Where's that? I would have done some of these with carpet. Problem is carpet up there without any strings. Back down. Fluffy. Maybe we'll build it. That makes no sense at all. Blocks of skeletons. Okay. Idea? I really don't think even spiderwebs would look any better. Not that I have any, but I don't think it is too wispy. I could try random button designs, go with like stars. But... well. Back with an item frame. Allowed is all. One thing I can start with actually. Always those people, you go to a bookshop, they don't really want to talk to anybody, they'd rather just sit there with their new book. So I think I'm just purely going to leave them tools just to be able to sit up at the table ish, you know. Chill out, and have coffee or whatever, and I think on both sides. Not on the spot. Too monotone. Being a little loud, probably because I'm not talking. Okay, so let me turn that down. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah. It could be the song, but no, it's just I'm not talking as much, so probably not picking me up as well when I am talking, as little as that is. Are walls people just don't really want a conversation with other people? I think I'm gonna do that actually down all of the walls. But let's not always go. Try the dark oak and see how that looks. And then we can have freestanding seating in the middle of the room. I think I'm gonna go with the darker one instead. And for this particular purpose, I think I like the look of the thicker surface rather than switching that out to being trapdoors. Then it makes the sort of the bar stool height of the scaffolding work a little bit better. Okay. And just like my stream, I know I'll never be satisfied with the way it looks when we're done. I'm doing my best now, then see if I want to change it later. But there's no guarantees it's going to be changed either. A lot of it is sometimes things don't look that great in isolation, and then when you get a project coming together towards the end, it starts looking a lot better in aggregate. One of the problems I have with the stream services is that even though they're all set to be same volume level coming out of the program into OBS, they all have the same, or no, they all have different volumes, even separate channels from the same creator. So what I think I need to play around with is try to figure out which talking masks I want, or not talking mask, compression element on it, so that I cap it, and that way when it ducks voice, it still ducks, but that it's got a maximum top that it just can't get any louder than that. Okay, so that's actually not horrid to start with. And then I can use things in the corner like potted plants and, ooh. Actually, now I've got an idea for the corners. I'm thinking I might go with some of the nether vines. I mean, they're climbable, but they look kind of cool. If I go with, say, the red ones in with blue corners. Okay, and then farther into bed. Farther toward the center of the room, so we can have the freestanding table sets. So, with the usual ones, like as we said that we've got the pistons and stuff, which would be below the floor and then come up. And they can be a little lower. And then we can also come up with a few more bookshelves, set things on, and look, a couple of potted plants here and there, maybe some drink stuff. So I might end up needing assistance for people to put those together, because I don't have any books. Oh, I was going to say I don't have any books with me. Well, I just moved the books. What else am I missing? Always missing something. Bookshelf. Planks of any sort. Okay, I can do that. We can do this. So, how many bookshelves can I make out of that mess? Yoink. 10. Sure. That'll work. I'm gonna try and dot them around a little bit. That. Here. Center. I thought about having like a cafe with signs and stuff, but I think the reading nook works a little better. Maybe not at this end, actually. Then it gives you the option for like cafes and things. Here. There, and that'll leave you room for the plant in the corner. This. Double on. I was thinking at one point about putting curtains up, but I don't know if it'll interfere too much with the tables. I'll have to play with that one. Not that bad for the team. There's 2 left, and just because I have them, I don't have to use them. Put them away, or I'm going to feel like I need to. Yeah, what I think I want to do is, boom. Yep, need string. Okay, so I need to grab some string while I'm back there. I really should be making a list here. String. Wrong paper. While I have electronics, I could write things in and list there. It's often easier just to write a paper list. Here's put on that one. Oh, item frames? I'm starting to get enough in here, at least I can think. Okay, so what else we can do? Freestanding. It's gonna make them dotted around the room, but actually maybe some level of consistency might be easier to manage. If somebody's gonna go walk up to a counter, you don't necessarily want a seat in your way. Somebody here and somebody there. Out. Drink. And then we can maybe sit here. Facing there. So that. It's on that side. On this side. Put this one. Claustrophobia people. Why not? Because I can. Here. There. Please. Minimum 1. 3. Nice crowded place. Oh yeah. This part widens out, so I think maybe spread this. That means the person coming in the door isn't getting crowded out. You can kind of walk by it if I move over, so that. Yeah, a little too close. Why get heated when you can be yoinked? Alright. I have no idea where I'm going this project, and sometimes that feels good, and sometimes it's frightening. Especially when I'm trying to figure it out on camera. Because if something absolutely stinks, then my assumption is someone will either tell me, or they will... Yeah, well that's the key. Just be able to chill. And the idea is hoping to be, at some point... Oh, did I have 2 more? 2 out from the wall. This one out 1 more. It looked weird. Part of the idea will be that I'm going to find a way to showcase some of the books that people were writing for fun. With, like, Brian started it. So that's part of why I've had the inks and the feathers. I'm going to have some more of those. Is that people will be able to write a book for fun. You know, put their little spin on it or story or whatever, and then we'll find a place to showcase them in here so that people can come in and actually just like chill out and, you know, hang out, their cup of joe or their bowl of soup or something, and just sit and read a book. But if you actually need to enchant things, or if you want to just buy pre-enchanted books, then you can head on to the other section. And there'll be, rather than just expecting people to know how to get in there, there's going to be, you know, quick like advertising signage probably done up here. Just something like the "don't forget to check out our blah 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 in the basement," and then try and find some cheesy way of explaining the water bucket without actually saying as much. If I have to spit it out, they, you know, use the water to get there, or, you know, pick it up or whatever, then I will do that. But yeah, so the idea was at one point to have stars or clouds hanging out in the top. Anybody who is decoratively inclined and help figure that out, that would be great. Otherwise, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to make a counter service counter here, but not necessarily enough space. So we'll see. I might be able to put in a couple of employees now that we have player heads. It's something new to our server. So we might be able to get some volunteers who want to donate to be in the cafe. I don't have enough server mates who are also viewers of my channel to be able to make it a redemption. Their head gets in here. However, I might still do it anyways, just because I know that if I really needed to, I could probably find a way of doing it by switching up my skin somewhat, like something that Pigglesworth had done on AlphaCraft a few years ago, was that he wanted a Hall of Fame for a lot of his Patreon people, and if they have their own Minecraft skins, then he was able to pull them, wear them, kill himself, and then he had the heads for it. I'm assuming that resume may have something to do with a particular named weapon. I mean, if one wants to, send a resume by climbing on the roof and just jumping off, go for it. Not only is there the book room underneath, just by the fact that we're on a hill that goes down quite a ways on both sides. Well, the view's not so bad, but it goes down quite a ways both sides. I actually have room for storage space, like two floors down from here. I haven't done anything at all with that. Right now it's purely solid with cobblestone, but I could easily dig it out. Oh no, Brian! What did you do to yourself? Wow. Okay, first off, why?
Hello.
You want your head... Oops, I can't spell. Head, or was it an accident? So, welcome aboard. I did not realize you were lurking, and yeah, glad to have you. So yeah, I guess you needed your head. And then the other thing that a lot of people are using heads for, or at least some prefer to do that, is they go with the signs, or could go with the signs in the post office. So if you don't know a person by name, but you know them to see them, then that'd be great. The only thing I wish that would be available that isn't, with regards to the heads, is it'd be nice if you could easily put a helmet on top of that, because I know a lot of people to see them in person with armor on, but I wouldn't know to see them in person without. So it's tough to meet people that way. Okay, so I was thinking the slabs, but I'm gonna probably, based on the spacing... Oh, down here I'm running into trouble. Yeah, so it'd have to be stairs if I'm doing that. I don't think I can put slabs that actually share each other's space. I need 3 in between. Yeah, I need 3. This one was going to be intentionally backed up onto somebody else, so this one's okay. This one's too close together, so I would need over. At minimum, have a 3 spacing. Unless... put a seat here, there, and there. That's actually a little better. I think I like that. On the wall? Too close. I like that better than backing someone up against the books. Or I could even offset them at the front here. It would actually be kind of interesting. Make it a little bit more challenging to get through to the chairs. But if I go sideways, then people can actually walk through. Yeah. Let's just make sure my list is right. So I've got 4. Because I'm gonna get this. String, pistons, banners, curtains. Curtains. Item frames. Something for something. Good grief. It's my own writing and I can't read it. So, foods for menu. Pots, plants, vines. that ought to do it, because put anything else. Ooh. Actually, bit of a deco idea. Ooh. Oh, I'll be honest, Brian, while I have zero objection to you doing that, it looks a little crazy to see you just repeatedly shooting yourself. I kind of wish I'd had heads available when we were doing the dragon fights, only in that I keep shooting myself during the dragon fights. Do that. Random oak, birch, spruce, those. Birch might be kind of fun. Closer here. This. One there and there. Ooh, that's actually not that bad. And then I can keep the climbing vines for the ones in the back corner. Do spruce on this side. That just looks odd. The tree out the window. I think I have to change. Uh-oh, well. How far down is that? Ooh. Reset it. Can't reset that because I've got... I really should make that a button, I think. Probably been my best bet. Mm-hmm. Let's fix the start with. Well, it answered one question. The floor is planks, and they're only one layer thick. Learn something every day. I'm gonna do that again. I like that look. I think on this end where I don't have trees might be a more sensible spot to be putting the trees. Try it again with the birch leaf. That look. Yeah, it's actually not horrible. I kind of like it in kitty corner. This is still too dark because I've got trees at the backside, so I think once again I'm going to move it. I can do it this time without actually tearing up the bottom. This. That one. Do it. Angle. Angles. There we go. Go. I have an addiction to symmetry, which causes a bit of a problem when it comes to like randomizing things. So once we get the room done, I'm actually going to ask another player purposely come in and mess it up. That sounds weird, but mess it up in terms of like shoving the chairs around and stuff like people have been here, because I can't do that and make it look like that's actually the case. I'd be the one who came in afterwards as a result of my retail experience, and I'd be facing everything or fronting everything and pulling it all in neat and tidy, and that would ruin the feel what we're going for. Yeah, I think that'll work, because then I can have the bookshelves here without having to put like a pot on that part. And I can come out from the wall and have like a little bit of a food bar here with some signs what's available. I'm thinking things like, and we could do, sandwich contents, but I'm thinking things like stews and soups, and you can have your cup if you want for pots or whatever for coffee cups. I think that might be easier. You don't want a whole ton of stuff. I know stews and soups are bad around books. They're messy, but they're easy to serve at a place like this. And if I really wanted to be servable, I could probably find a way of like trapping a cow in the wall, but it's only 1 block thick back there, so it'd be a bit awkward. Yeah. I think that might look good, and then we can have water bottles or milk buckets to go with it. It's kind of too bad you can't actually have colored water in a bucket, like it has to be blue. can't change it to some other color. I think it'd be kind of fun to be able to have different colored ones. You know, you can get your Gatorade as maybe like bright red, that would look a little blood colored maybe. But, or lemonade being yellow, yes, that could look weird. But I mean, you've got, you know, you could do brown for like hot chocolate or coffee. I think it'd be great, but not something that's in vanilla. In all honesty, I really do think that probably the people who designed the game originally in Mojang, were the ones who really just wanted you to build with the blocks, not actually necessarily do like dollhouse style decoration. Okay, so what did I want for the seats? I wanted slabs, and I wanted to go different contrasting color slabs, and then try with having what do you call it? Item frames. This is going to be the item frame city, I think. And these are oak colors. I'm not... Ooh. How did I lose my count? I do have to move this over one more. Yeah, that work. So, sorry. Correction. Anyway. I think this is going to be the season of the item frame for me, because I'm doing a lot with it. But once I played with that little trick on the train, where you can start putting things in there and forcing them to take extra space, not extra space, but force them to take the same space as another piece, then I think it's becomes something that I really want to try and experiment with. I haven't done that way before. One, two. Got to be at least 3 apart to be able to make the item frame thing have a space to work in. But I can't put it back to back with other blocks, same space, and expect to be able to put 2 item frames there. I think that's just pushing my luck a little bit much. This end doesn't quite work out the way I hoped. Well, figure it out. And we have reached the end of the stream, officially. I know as always, luck the drop it, or drop the bucket, or whatever. Mess things up. However, I think I've got enough progress going that you guys can start to see where things are headed to, things are at. And then rather than adding a lot of visual details on screen, I'll do the run back, grab the list, and come and go ahead with this. The other thing I'm probably going to do is between now and next Tuesday, I'm going to try, cross my fingers. You can't see that because of the hand tracking and all, but I'm doing it visually. But I'm going to cross my fingers and try one of the 2 sleeper car layouts and see if I can get that looking in a way I like. And then I can either tour it through, or we can build the other one on camera. But yeah, that's where we're at. The other thing is, these are, I said birch posts. I'm thinking based on the coloring of the floor, I might go with oak posts, I might go with birch posts, what I'm trying to say. And have that birch box. Right, and I didn't do it because I needed sticks. Right. Sticks. Oh, okay. Sticks. Sticks. Planks. Birch planks. I'm going to use them elsewhere anyways, so I'm not too worried. Give me fence. I have... Inbox. Oak trip. So let's try and switch out. Now the other thing I want to do is I could probably carpet the floor. That's most likely what I'm going to end up doing now that I've got sort of thing going. And it's funny because I just said pistons and then I went and built tables. Well, no accounting for lack of taste. It looks very mushroomy, particularly the oak at the top. And it's not just this texture pack, I'm pretty certain it'll look mushroomy as well. So I think one of the things I'm going to try and do as well is test out pistons. I know I still have extra space at this end because I've got counter space. Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Frozen thought. But I'm gonna try out the pistons, and if I don't like that, I can go back to the birch poles. There we go. Did that. And, yeah. We've got things we can work with. Alright. So, I can test those out, see how they look. Or we can come back and just do it this way. It doesn't really matter, but I think we've got some progress to work with. Yeah, I'm going to wish everyone a great day. Now, before we disappear and try and find somebody to raid, first off, I'm going to put the correct screen. We tend to go to larger creators. Now, there's a couple of reasons I've been doing that up to this point. One is because it's names I recognize, so I'm very familiar with the quality, what they have, or whether or not they're family friendly. Particularly during the daytime, family friendliness is critical for me. I mean, if I was to do a late night stream, like, I don't know, Australia time zones or something, then I'd be less concerned as far as North American people go. But when it comes to daytime, I like that. The other reason I go with the bigger streamers is because sometimes, not often, but sometimes I'll find a streaming website that says, hey, if you're small, raid into big people, because if you can make that a habit, then people know to come visit you and hang out long enough that you'll then go into somebody larger they recognize. So that was one of the other tricks I'd read. It's not working out in my favor. It's making absolutely zero difference, and I'm not broken up over that. That's okay. But I'm thinking that I should probably start looking for a few smaller streamers that are decent quality to raid into. Yes, I know I'm swirling all around with my head here. But there's there's other people to be looking at, and they could use the boost of 1 or 2 or whatever tiny group I bring. You know? Sort of the we support each other concept. Any case, my backside. Ooh, I matched the ceiling. So that's where I was at. I think we're going to start looking at some smaller ones. Unfortunately, the list of the smaller ones I've got right now, I dropped a couple because they turned out to be not family friendly at all hours. And then one of the other ones I liked, but after watching them for a while, they're just not my style. So anyways, we'll head on over to the end screen. Everybody can see the credits, and we'll take a quick look to see if there's anybody interesting there. Very note. So looking at the sheer numbers of the 3 people I see streaming, we've got Groova Guy, or Zloy, or Cupcake Kitty. Now, Cupcake Kitty's pretty tiny, but she's the one I'm sort of on the fence about. So let's give it a shot, see what she's up to this week, and if it doesn't work so well, she may not be on our list next week. But I hope everything goes well, give her our love, and we will see you again for Minecraft on Tuesday.
Mislift managed.
Laters!